On this week's weekly video fishing forecast, we do have a preview of the New York Boat Show with Fisherman's Jenny Ackerman. I will have the latest events and news. Paul McCain ties another fly, and we do have some reports, all here at thefisherman.com.
The Fishing News is sponsored by these fine partners. The Freeport Fishing and Boating Show is back February 17th and 18th. Get your fishing and boating season started with over 50 exhibitors and seminars from pro anglers. Fun for the whole family. For more information and advanced ticket discounts, visit freeportfishingshow.com to be part of the fun.
Hey, today's Thursday, January 25th, 2024, and I want to thank everybody for stopping by and saying hi at the Fisherman Flea Market in Babylon on Sunday. I always enjoy meeting our viewers of our weekly video fishing forecast and chatting fishing with them. We also had a fishing roundtable with John Padawano and Captain Joe Paradiso and myself. If you did miss it, here is the link for the rebroadcast. I will leave the link in the description. Covered topics about tog to trout, fluke, and even chasing jumbo stripers. Definitely, you got to check that out. Just a reminder again this week, it's extremely important to fill out those DEC surveys we discussed last week in the weekly video. This survey will run till about the end of the month and covers potential options for fluke and porgies for the 24 and 25 seasons. For fluke, 6 options are presented, and for scup, we've got 3. Once the window closes up, a meeting will be held to discuss the public feedback and narrow down these options. From the 23rd to the 25th, the Atlantic States Marine Fisheries Commission will be meeting on several topics, but one of the major interests was discussed yesterday in the topic considering the final action on the draft Addendum 2 to the Fishery Management Plan. In late fall and early winter of 23, the Atlantic coastal states of Maine through Virginia held a series of public hearings to gather public input on the draft Addendum 2 to Amendment 7 to the Interstate Fishery Management Plan for Atlantic striped bass, which considers management measures designed to support stock rebuilding by reducing fishing mortality to the target in 2024. For the recreational fishery, the draft addendum proposes recreational bag and size limit options for the ocean and Chesapeake Bay regions, including options with different limits for higher modes. To address concerns about recreational filleting allowances and compliance with recreational size limits, the draft addendum also includes an option that could establish minimum requirements for states that authorize at-sea shoreside filleting of striped bass. The draft addendum also proposes a, quote, reduction option for the commercial fishery. A total of 2,832 written comments were received on the draft addendum from letters. 47 organizations submitted written comments. 1,723 comments were received through 13 different forms of letters, and 1,062 individual comments coming from private anglers, charter captains, commercial fishermen, and concerned citizens. Public input does make a difference in the outcome of these things. More is possible in the next week with a final determination of the 2024 regulations for striped bass. The New York Boat Show is in town at the Javits Center, and the Fisherman Jenny Ackerman has a preview for us. Take it away, Jenny.
Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Open Boat. We're out of New Jersey and in New York City at the New York City Boat Show. We're going to be checking out the hottest new boats, some new unveilings, and I just walked through. Listen, there's more boats here than there are plugs in the back of a surfcaster's beach buggy. I'm so excited to show you all. Now let's go. New from the Yamaha booth is the 350 V6 offshore 4-stroke series. Definitely something you're going to want to check out. I mean, look at this thing. It's a tank. You can get to the Blackfish grounds in no time. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the end of this video. We have a very special unveiling happening. So stick around, hang out, grab some popcorn as we go through the New York Boat Show. All right, so right now I am on the biggest robalo they've ever made, the Flagship. Now this boat is a mix of luxury and fishing extremes. You could be crushing it in a fluke tournament on this vessel and then cracking open some cold ones with your buddy to celebrate your tournament win. This thing is absolutely stocked with luxury, comfort, and everything fishing, and it can go up to 60 miles per hour. Oh my goodness, if I saw this thing drifting on the axle, you know they're gonna crush some fluke. Words cannot describe the luxury of the new 2024 Pursuit OS 405. It comes equipped with a Seakeeper, so even your seasick buddies have a reason to come out and enjoy a day on the water. I mean, just check out this thing. It's an absolute beauty of a vessel out here by Pursuit, new to 2024, so you don't want to miss this boat. Check it out. Family boating outings are very important, and this is an excellent vessel by Sailfish. It's a 226. It is a dual console, so you can have your kids hanging out back here as you're running through the canal, and they can take a seat up at the front and enjoy the view. Next up, it's not only just a great clutch song, we're here at the Regulator booth talking about the 26XO. Now, Regulator is known to be the home for offshore light, but check these out. The 26XO comes with jack plates, so you can get into that shallow water back bay fishing. You can have a nice offshore trip and hit up the back bays. On your way back in, this boat can do it all. Offshore tuna to back bay fluke, check out the 26XO Regulator. Some captains say 2 holes are better than 1. 2 holes here on this Royal Cat, the newly debuted 26-footer. Now check this out, ladies. You got the head right here. Look at this, conveniently spaced, not in the way. And for people like me who are always stuck sitting on the cooler, you got your own little seat for the cooler. Isn't that convenient? So next up is the 2024 Grady White Freedom 335. Now I'm just in awe over all the features on this boat. I mean, first, as soon as you come in, you got yourself a little kitchen with a grill, so you can cook yourself up some nice pork roll, egg, and cheeses in the morning before you go black fishing. Pork roll, the Jersey thing, you know. And there's so many more features on here. You got a fridge, a freezer, you have all this space, a lovely cabin to take a nap in coming back from the offshore grounds. Just so much space. A huge, basically full bathroom with a sink and everything. And you can come up here and enjoy a nice view on this awesome Grady White. Now we're on the biggest cobia being showcased here at the New York Boat Show. And check this out, I always love convenience on a nice fishing boat. You're not tripping over that bar on the tip top. It's built in, which provides more luxury if you have to use the head. They have built the bathroom deeper, farther back. It can fit someone who's over 6 foot in here with ease, so you're not worried about bumping your head or getting knocked around on the boat. Adding more luxury to the fishing game, we have this right up here. This centerpiece can raise up to be a table or even get raised up even higher. So those fly guys who like to stand at the bow of the boat can sight fish for those albies. And for those sunny days fishing out front, you got the sunshade to help support the fair weather fishermen and not get sunburned. So now I'm on the newest 28 Fisherman from Steiger Craft. As you know, Steiger Craft sponsored our Dream Boat Challenge, and just look at this beautiful boat here. Literally, I'm lined up like I'm ready to go black fishing off this thing. This is a premier black fishing boat, and for other species, of course, too. And if you love Steiger Craft, you're gonna wanna subscribe to the magazine and get in on the 2024 Dream Boat Challenge. All right, now it's time to unveil the new Defiance. In 3, 2, 1. So right now I'm inside the Defiance, opening this marine gray tempered door, a new feature to the Defiance, and the cabin houses 6 people in there. So you got a ton of space. You have in-floor coolers and a full transom door. So talk about an unveiling. This boat is something special, and definitely check it out at the New York Boat Show this weekend. A really cool feature that I'm gonna show you now beats up the hustle and bustle of trying to put the Minn Kotas away. Check this out. One click of a button, and the new Minn Kota Instinct does the work for you. At the New York Boat Show, remember to stop by the Fisherman magazine booth to subscribe or renew your subscription. You get some freebies. You get yourself a Tsunami iPop and a SureHold gift card, and automatically entered into the 2024 Dream Boat Challenge. Something you don't want to pass up on, the Fisherman magazine is your #1 fishing authority. So make sure you subscribe or renew your subscription. Come see us at the booth.
Our YouTube channel has many new boat reviews for 2024. If you're in the market for one, click on the card and the link in the description in this video to check out some of the coolest fishing boats in 2024. Here's some of the upcoming events. As mentioned earlier, the New York Boat Show is in town. The show started yesterday and runs through Sunday. I'll be there today at noon through 8 p.m. and Saturday all day. Stop by and say hello and subscribe to the Fisherman magazine to get your Tsunami iPop Popper and a $20 gift card for Surehold cleaning products. If fly fishing is your thing, check out the Fly Fishing Show in Edison, New Jersey, Saturday and Sunday. Also on Sunday the 28th is the Glen Cove Fisherman's Flea Market. With February right around the corner, we have the 110 Fishing Flea Market on the 10th. Then on the 17th, it's the Freeport Fishing Boating Show. That goes through the 18th. Then finally, there's an Empire State Outdoor Sportsman Show up in Suffern. The show starts on Thursday the 29th and runs through March 3rd. For details, click on the link in the top right or visit thefisherman.com/events. If you're at any of these shows, be sure to stop by the Fisherman's booth and subscribe or renew your magazine subscription. With the subscription, you'll receive 12 glossy print issues and weekly digital issues, and you'll automatically be entered into our Dream Boat contest once again for 2024. All that for $29.95. It is a great deal. And yeah, you get the popper and the gift card too. Let's move on to a couple brief winter report updates. The usual Tidal Creek perch came out again over in the tidal section of the Connecticut River, along with some of the Babylon and Lindenhurst creeks. They were taking night crawlers and small finesse baits. Those trout rods we used all spring are perfect for those white perch too. Keep that in mind. I got some very good reports from Connecticut for fly fishing as well from the guys at the LI Outdoorsman. Take a look at Paul McCain's fly tying segment also for patterns that will absolutely work in the park. The upcoming week looks much more reasonable for offshore fishing for cod and any other species that are biting out there. Temperature and wind-wise, it should allow for these boats to get out and get a fair shot on the grounds. Keep an eye on the Viking out of Mon Talk, King Cod out of Captree, and Super Hawk and Point Lookout. They all got scheduled trips coming up. If you do find yourself with a notable catch, email me at mbroderick@thefisherman.com with the photo, any of the details, and I will try and get it into the weekly video fishing forecast or the magazine. Now let's check in with Captain Timothy O'Rourke from Mon Talk. Tim.
Well, greetings everybody from Mon Talk. As everybody knows, winter's in full swing, so it's going to be a short report this week. Today was Wednesday, even though it's the Thursday report. The Viking got out today, tried doing a little cod fishing. It started off quite slow. Then they kind of poked around, found a few different spots, and by the end of the day, they had a positive turn of events, and they were getting some cod over the rail, some cunners, and they were even catching some mackerel. But it was a nice sign. Carl Forsberg said it was a good pick once they got onto the fish. They got a lot of ground to cover, and like I said, they haven't been able to get out that much. So they do have another trip going this Saturday. The weather's looking good. The temperatures are going to warm up, and that way, if you want to get out and try a little cod fishing, that would be a good opportunity. They're going to keep going through the winter, so hopefully things pick up and get better. Other than that, I'll be at the Fly Fishing Show in Edison, New Jersey this weekend. I'll be working at the Sage booth. They're my sponsors, Sage, Rio Products, so I'll be there talking rods, and if you want to stop by and say hello, please feel free. Other than that, we're going to have some more shows coming up this winter, and hopefully that'll keep you occupied until we can get back out fishing in the spring. All right, thanks again, Matt.
With our Flying Freshwater report, we do have Paul McCain from River Bay Outfitters.
Hello, Matt. Well, you know what? A week difference, man. We're coming into a warm spell. all this snow is starting to melt away. So I actually had a client today. I'm out at the Connect Quad. I had a client today, and they, of course, the river's in good shape. Matt and his crew does a phenomenal job really taking care of it. And I'll tell you, we caught some rainbows that were really pretty. I mean, you didn't see any hatchery marks on them. They were just really absolutely gorgeous and fought like crazy, almost like little miniature steelhead. So my client, he did pretty good. Lewis, he landed a few. It was a little chilly in the morning. We did casting. Everything was a great day. And we ran into other guys, and they were showing up and showing pace, showing fish. Everybody that fished today had a great time. There were a lot of fish caught. And it's going to get even better because the water's warming up. A lot of nice flows are in the river, so it's been really good. And I'm hoping for that it will, stay this way. I'm selfish, but it is January. I will tell you tonight. This is Thursday night. Tonight, you come to the shop. Karen Miller from Denver. She owns the company Zen Tenkara. She will show you all about why it's so much fun, why it's so effective, and you'd be surprised. She's caught all kinds of fish, large salmon, tarpon, permit. She's caught them all on a Tenkara rod. And stopping at the shop at 6:30, we're doing a presentation. She's coming all the way in from Denver. She's going to be at the Edison show next weekend, and I hope a lot of people want to come to that Edison show. It's going to be a great time. Come to the shop, 6:30 at River Bay Outfitters, 980 Church Street, and we will be doing a presentation, and we're going to have hot dogs for everybody. Bring your own adult beverage if you like. All right? So tonight, try to get out there if you can. It's a lot of fun, and we'll have a good time. So until next week, tie lines, everybody. I love fishing the Adirondacks. I love fishing Maine, and that style of fly. I just love tying them, and I love fishing those streamers. And this is one I saw in an article on Canberra. It's up about the Adirondacks, and it was called the Llama. Now, I did change it up a little bit. I used different furs. It is a streamer. It has that classic salmon fly look to it. I was pretty excited about it. I think it's going to be one of my top flies that I'm going to definitely use on the Connect Quad, because those rainbows love streamers, and I love fishing streamers. So this is called the Llama. It really is an interesting fly, pretty fly. So let's get to the vise and tie us up one. This is a traditional pattern. I did change it a little bit. I used some different materials. For instance, it's originally made with muskrat, but I really like the hair off coyote mask. This is a coyote mask. Has a nice markings and it has a nice tips. They look pretty good. So we got the thread in the vise. We're going to use we're using 70 denier black, kind of traditional. And I'm going to take a little bit out. I just want a little bit of hair. I don't want too much. And I'm going to tie in my tail. And I'm just going to tie it right in. I wanted to go about a ½ inch back. And I'm going to tie in my tinsel. I'm using flat mylar tinsel, right? It's gold on one side, silver on the other. I want the gold to show, so I tie it in so the silver is facing me. Just like that. Okay. And I'm leaving a little space behind the tinsel. All right, and I'm going to bring my thread forward. Now, they use floss, but I'm going to actually use red yarn. And I'm using, now the yarn comes in 4-ply, and I'm only going to use 2-ply of it. What I like about yarn is it can be roughed up a little bit, and it looks pretty good. So to catch this material, give you bobbin a counterclockwise spin. If you look down from the top, counterclockwise spin. And see how the thread jumps backwards? And I'm going to just hold it on the top, wrap it all the way down, and then bring my thread forward again. Gives a little bit of body, but it doesn't leave a lump. And I'm going to go behind the tinsel first, wrap, and then I'm going to go forward. Touching wraps. It gives you that nice shaggy looking body. Come to the thread, and I'm going to tie it off. And do a wrap. Now, because I want the gold, the silver is facing me. As soon as I start wrapping, the gold comes in. And I'm going to do open spiral wraps. I want to try to keep them even. And I'm going to tie it off. And cut it. Tie it off a little bit. I'm going to take some more. Okay, I already looked for really long hair. So I want to make a nice wing on this. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty close to muskrat, except it has a little more stiffness to it. And I'm going to wrap that, tie it on. Give it a couple good wraps. Now I'm going to take a game bird, and I'm going to use pheasant here. I really like pheasant, but you could use any. You could use partridge. You could actually use hen. And I'm going to give it a little bit of a collar. I already stripped off the lower part, all the fuzzies, and I'm going to trim this. So I have that little triangle. And I'm going to tie it in right there. Like that. And then bring the thread forward. Get my hackle pliers. And I'm going to wet my fingers a little bit. I'm going to stroke, pulled out. That's all right. No big deal. Just unwrap a couple wraps. And again, I stroke everything back. And I'm going to wrap forward. Just a couple wraps, just to give that nice collar effect. Reach in there. And make a nice head. That looks great. That's a killer. That's a classic streamer, right? I think that will move water and catch a lot of fish.
Let's check in with Chris Landry.
Thanks, Matt. I could tell by social media everyone's jonesing for winter to be over and to get their fishing on. Or you can come down to Miami where it's summer all year long. I joined Freedom Boat Club down here, have access to 10 boats. It's an awesome alternative to boat ownership. And they have 400 locations around the country. Definitely look into that. It's so much easier than owning a boat. You go out here in Miami and 4 miles out, you're in 500 feet of water. I've heard that the blackfin are not around right now. It's been about 3 or 4 weeks because the water temperatures have dropped. There are a lot of kingfish and wahoo from what I'm hearing. I went out and I got on a few bonitas. I got a snook from the beach. There is some shrimp running. There's just so many species and so much life. Rocksteady Charters, Miami edition, come on down. I'll take you out. I'm still learning the water, so no charge. Next year will be different. Got a lot of boats I can take out with Freedom Boat Club. It's like I said, look into that if you don't want to buy a boat. It's awesome. So reporting live from Miami, come down, get some sun, get some fish, get tight. Thank you, and back to you, Matt.
Don't forget this video is available as a podcast on iTunes and Google Podcasts. Search for the Fisherman Magazine podcast and subscribe so you can listen to this broadcast along with our other content. Big boat show this weekend at the Javits Center. We will be there today through Sunday. If you find the time to go, stop on down at the booth, chat fishing, give us a visit. Also, tune in next week for more on the potential striper eggs. And don't forget about those surveys for summer flounder as well as scup. It's super important. We will see you next week.